In this episode of Better Cocktails at Home, we're going to be making what I consider the quintessential cocktail, the Sidecar. All right, in this episode, we're going to be making the Sidecar cocktail. It's actually one of my favorite cocktails. Came out of the 1920s out of Europe during American Prohibition. But I think it really exemplifies what most people think of as a cocktail and what really many cocktails are. And it's based on a category of cocktail called the sour. And so what it is a base spirit. In this case, it's brandy or cognac, a sweetener. We're using Cointreau, which is orange liqueur, and then lemon juice for the souring piece of it. But that triangle of base spirit, sweet, and sour, that's a formula that you see played across many different cocktails. And as you learn more, you'll see it, and it'll really jump out at you. But why it's so important to understand is because you can really play with the sweet and the sour and kind of tailor cocktails to your taste. If you like them more sweet, you can do a little more sweet. If you like it more sour, you can add more lemon juice. So in addition to kind of really exemplifying what a cocktail is, the Sidecar tastes delicious. It's a great cocktail, and it's one of the first ones I really learned when I started getting into cocktails a number of years ago. So we're gonna make it for us tonight, and I think you're really gonna like trying it out and doing it at home. So because this is Better Cocktails at Home, one of the things that you'll often see is generally in a bar, bartenders will do the citrus peel last. But because they usually have a lot more citrus available to them, and usually home bartenders have a limited amount, usually, especially if it's for a couple people you're doing, is I'll often actually grab the peel first, because once you'll see, and just kind of sit off to the side. Now, is this perfect form? No, it's not perfect, but you'll see why I do this later. Once we actually cut this lemon and we squeeze it, it's not really going to be very useful to us. It's really hard to get the peel off of. So that's why. But to get started, I usually add about 2 ounces of cognac. And in this case, this is Pierre Ferrand's 1840. It's a really nice cognac. I really like it. I think it's not super easy to find. It's actually a really relatively new product on the market, but I think it's really nice and I really like it. So if you see it out there and you're looking for some cognac, give it a chance. So we do about 2 ounces of that. I do about just under an ounce, so between 3/4 an ounce of Cointreau. And then I do about a 1/2 ounce or so of fresh lemon juice. As you can see, this is what happens once you squeeze it. So it's actually really tough to get the lemon peel off of that. So that's one of the reasons I actually do it in advance. Add all those to your mixing glass. In this case, I'm using a cobbler shaker, and then add ice. Now, we always add ice last when we do our ingredients because we don't want the ice melt to start happening as we're adding ingredients. So if I already put ice in here and I start adding my ingredients, it's gonna start melting, and we need to control the rate of dilution. So anytime you see bartenders add ice first and then add their ingredients, they're not well versed in proper technique. You want to add quite a bit of ice so you can get that chill factor really fast, and then really give it a good shake. We get nice and cold, nice and fast. And then once you get the glass, serve it in. Strain it out, and then with your lemon peel, just give it a little oil over the top of the drink, once around the rim, just so you get that oil, just essential to the flavor of the drink. and then just drop it in. Now this is one of those cocktails where if I'm at home and I'm making it, I forgot to do lemon peel, or I just didn't want to take the time, I think you're going to get about 80% of what the really cocktail is without doing the lemon peel, but the lemon oil really takes over the top and really completes the experience, so I recommend doing it if you can. I really enjoy this cocktail. I think it's got some great flavors. There's delicious lemon, cognac comes through, the Cointreau, it's got that sweet sour balance. And that's one of the things I always encourage, is to play with your cocktail. You see a recipe in a book or whatever online, it's more of like a guide. So play with it, see what you think. Maybe add a little more lemon, add a little more Cointreau, do what you want with it. But yeah, if you have a Sidecar recipe you like, or a particular ratio that you really like, love to hear about it and kind of to see what you do. And that's the Sidecar in a nutshell.